So I think we can start now. Yeah, so welcome Lina for another session with me. So this time we will be looking at confidence, which is connected to the development of self communication with other people in your daily basics. And without further ado, let's jump into our content. So basically, we will just go through it regarding to the definition and what's confident can help you to accomplish your communication skill. So, in general, everyone have their own level of confidence. But in terms of level of confidence, there's are many type of confidence within it, and you can, as you can experience with the real world, you can actually know that there's many different type of people, and everyone seems to have different level of confidence. Like some people might have confidence in texting to each other people, but they don't actually have the confidence to talk openly in front of people. Just seem to be introvert, but extrovert in an online world. So if you have confidence, you will communicate more efficiently or act effectively. That because confidence allows you to speak more concisely and with clarity, which means that you can speak clearly and show what you want to say to other people, which means that other people can easily understand what you want to say. So professionals who communicate with confidence, they can convey what they want to their client, coworker, in a clear and efficient manner, which means that they don't have to repeat a lot of time. They just um, say just maybe once or twice so that they can get their message across. Yes. So for definition of the confidence, um, from sometimes it says that confidence is the belief you are capable, like viewing mistakes as learning opportunities, like saying I can instead of I can't, and believing that you can face life challenges and then you succeed. Um, I can say that most people like who are being educated well at school, they are taught to like not make any mistake. Like mistake should not be occur, but in the real world, when you are actually experiencing life, when you entering the working state, you will see that mistake is not that something that you should not commit, but actually the thing that you should try to avoid as much as you can. But if it occur, you can just convey it as um, opportunities, as a lesson um, to develop yourself in a positive way. And don't try to look or think too much about the mistake that you made. Sometimes a mistake, is so small that it's not like uh, impact your anything about you, but you keep on thinking about the mistake that you made over time. It's getting bigger. It's like no one else doesn't don't care about the mistake that you made but yourself. Just try to focus so much on that it cause you like to have like negative mental health, it cause a lot of trouble in that. So according to the Cambridge Dictionary, the definition they give into confidence is that it refers to the quality of being certain of your ability or or of having trust in people, plan, or in the future. It's meant that you always sees the positivity on every single situation. Um, yes, I know that for some, yeah, for me too, maybe sometimes it's just difficult to actually see the positivity on everything. But maybe after you face a lot of trouble, maybe you face a lot of problems, sometimes you just build your confidence automatically without your knowledge, without your consent. But after you experience a lot of life lesson, you yourself feel actually things that, oh my God, I don't know that in the past I used to be introvert, afraid of doing anything, but suddenly when you're entering like a life where you have to be independent, you gain more confidence. you can do anything without other caring about you, which is like you do things in your own way and achieve it like a boss. Yeah. So, in terms of confidence in communication skills, like face to face is also important. Like it occurs to us every day, every time, because in order to achieve cohesive or cohesion conversation, people like us should communicate in real life rather than like communicating virtually without showing your facial expression or physical expression, which is not a fully conversation type of conversation. I mean that it's not sufficient, it's not efficient in terms of to build our relationship or closer relationship with other people. And as you can see that business to business meeting, they would prefer face to face rather than just online meeting, which is not efficient. Uh, yes. So to focus on this communication skill confident, we should focus on the 3V, which is the visually, vocally, and verbally. For the visually is that people after they communicate a lot, they will automatically recognize the other people or other what do they want with their expression. Do they feel like annoyed, happy around you, or other kind of like thought about other people? Like you can see it coming. And another way is that about the vocally, which is how we speak. This is what it heard. But the tone, the quality, the pitch, the resonance, the volume of the speaker. When we communicate, we often think that those people who are close to us, they changing in tone or in the pitch they were saying. Maybe they have something in their mind, something that they want us to know about. So we can actually get that signal from this type of communication. And also like the vibration within the pitch and volume, and also the vocal pattern and accent. And I know that for most people, when they're happy, they have different accent. When they're mad, they use another accent in a way that we can identify it very easily. And for the verbally is what we say and what we listen. So about the verbal is what is said, is about the organization, vocabulary and grammar that are constructed during the communication, whether it is well organized and it's very easily to understand regarding to the technical word or the grammar that the person is using to communicate. So if you want to become like to have a better confidence in terms of communication skills, you can adopt this 3V, and I can say that it's very useful for you in working environment, because you have to communicate with other people all the time, and this technique can help you identify what other people really want from you, or identify what is the potential risk that it might occur after each conversation, and therefore you can manage your situation well. Yes. So far, do you have any question or anything you want to add, Lina?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Okay, so moving to the next slide. So this is regarding the benefits of confident communication. So be confident can say that it's a positive mindset. Like you always think that everything is possible. So doesn't matter where you're at. It's the communication confident. It's beneficial even if you are at school, at workplace, or commute during uh, uh your vacation to any place, or your neighbor or anything like that. Just if you're confident enough to speak to them in a a gentle manner, you will gain as much as benefit as you can. So in terms of confident communication in the workplace, it's benefit to us all. Like if you are able to communicate well with all your colleague or with all your team members, you can increase your productivity because you can understand other people well by communicating to them regularly about what they need, about any potential risk that a colleague might might have, and you can communicate to them well and solve it immediately. And yep, better team working, yeah, because we can communicate well, and it's leading to the fewer mistake, which means that for in the working in this environment, fewer mistake, which means that the smoothness of your team working. And for the cost saving is that if you are or an entrepreneur, is that you can cut down the cost saving because more problem you have to pay more money, more cost, more budget to actually solve the problem. With your mistake, your business will just go smoothly without interruption. And if your team work very well, communicate well, it lead to less stress and conflict. So yes, in your daily life, even if you're at home, when you actually communicate well with your parents, with your sibling, you you will receive like a general understanding within your family members. And every time you have a problem, you can approach them and um, communicate with them to find a solution, and they will understand you very well. That is it just gives you a less stress environment, and you have no conflict with anyone. It's just a, you can say it's a, kind of like lucky charm or blessing, but it still help. Another one is better motivation, but it is normal for everyone. If you're confident enough to do anything, is the motivation come automatically to you. It's like you being motivated, you have the confidence to do everything that you really want, and therefore you will establish what you really want and achieve your long-awaiting goal. So, and in terms of in your personal life, which means that living with your partner, like confident communication is leading to fewer misunderstanding. It's just not different from what you have it with your confident communication with your teamwork at school, at workplace. It's the same to you at home with your partner, with your anyone with this confident level, you can communicate well. So leading to good cooperation, like also it's create more friends and also improve relationship, and which can count it for your family, your friend, your anybody like your husband, your fiance, whatever. Um, so it's actually very important because in every circumstances, like at school, whenever you meet a shy person, he's or she's not good at communicating. Whenever we share tasks, um, we were not able to communicate well, leading to confusion, and therefore most of the time the cost of the failure of the whole assignment team or the project team is basically on those people. And that's why most of the introvert people cannot work as a team because most of the time it just lead to negative result. But it doesn't mean that those introvert people are not confident. Most of them can be confident, but they just don't want to show it in front of other people. But when it's come to teamwork, they are very good at it. So moving to another one is relating to the point that um, how to become a communicator with confidence. So in order to do that, you need to be mature, open mind, open-minded personality. So I know that a lot of people it's very difficult to open up for me as well. I don't know why because uh you need to have somebody who really understand you, and you don't really want to open up to anyone specifically. You always want to hide to yourself. This is happen to most introvert. For me, I can say that I am an ambivert. Sometimes open up to my mind, as you can see that like sometimes I talk alone. Maybe you can say that I open up myself to myself. Yeah, it's stupid, but I think it's work. And in terms of open-minded personality, maturely, it's that you can just whenever you have a problem, you seek out help with your colleague, with your person that you trust, and speak to them personally, one-on-one. And just open up all your problem, like your struggle with anything. You can like speak to them, and whether they can share experience, give you advice regarding to how to become a more confident person. And alongside with open-minded, you should ask the right questions, and also the person that listens to you, they should ask the right question, which means that if you are like opening up like that, and then you that person asking the wrong question, which is not suitable for the situation, is it caused to be a barrier for your conversation, and it's not actually good for your opening up session, or being communicating confidently. Because whenever you have a meeting, if someone asks a stupid question, which is like occur to your mind that he or she didn't listen to you very well, and if you yourself ask other people it's the wrong question relating to the situation, uh, is most of the time it's occur only for those who don't have the confidence in communication. But for those who are confident enough, they can ask a question which is meaningful and also useful for the whole organization. Another one is listen effectively. Yes, in order to ask the right question, you need to listen attentively to understand topic that we're given. Another one is to read and to interpret body language. And for most people, I think it's difficult, but to read and interpret body language is generally used on our daily basis. And for some, they are very good at it, and that they can just look at a person's facial reaction and then tell what his or she's need, or what are the worries that they have, and understand what is being said behind word. So yes, um, we all know that many conversation, when people say something positive, it doesn't mean it always positive. Sometimes a compliment doesn't mean a compliment, which means that sometimes when you get too much compliment, it doesn't mean that you are being admired. You're just being mocked in a way that you don't know yourself. But if you pay close attention, you will see that, oh, that guy just mocked me. It's just like, oh, like you do something wrong, and oh well, so good. Yeah, yeah, you did a very good job. Like listen to the tone of them speaking. It's just a mockery on you already. And if you understand it, and you can give talk back to them in a confident way, they will just stop bothering you. It's like mistake can occur, like then you can just learn from it. It does. Oh, it's not so always that it doesn't always means that you will fail after you make a mistake. You just say back to that person, and also to understand every word from other people, what they really mean about their words that they want to say to us. And another one is genuine interest in other people. So yeah, you admire someone, you're really truly interested in that person, you will focus on what they really do. And for me, like a genuine interest, maybe for people who are independent, people who are successful, for example, like Elon Musk, that he was able to build his company from scratch, from the very beginning. Yes, so that uh, you can learn from them. They how Yes, most people that I admire, first they are very much introvert, and then after a single series of up and down in their life, they can communicate more confidently. So this is for this slide. So moving to another one is the conclusion. So personally, and for me as well, in order to communicate confidently, it depends on the situation. And for me, I can say that I'm not a confident communicator, but it, that if it come to the right time, I will open up and speak um confidently to anyone, especially at work or at workplace. Uh, you have to be confident in order to solve a problem. And yes, for everyone else, for relationship, for in family, between friends, between lover, and it's just like a matter of time. Like in different situation, you might not be confident enough to speak, but in other situation, you will just straight up speaking confidently. But if you actually want to communicate confidently, you just need to practice it on our daily basis at school, at home, or anything else. Just communicate with them straightforward. Just don't hide your feeling. Just like to establish a great conversation, it just need someone to actually communicate all the time so that it's develop your skill in terms of listening skill, uh, uh, speaking skill, also communication confidently. So this is the end of the my lecture or presentation. Yeah. So if you have any question, you can ask or anything you want to add. Um,
Like, do you think is it easy to build up the confidence?
um, I don't think it is easy. It's like a very long journey to actually build your confidence. So for some people, they build their confidence from failure, which meant that uh, first they were introverted, but they were facing a lot of pressure, a lot of trouble that at a point that they don't care much about the mistake and they just open up, being confident to anything. It's just like don't focus too much on the mistake. And by doing so, you will be able to develop yourself in a positive way. And I do think that in order to develop a confidence is required a very long time. It takes years in practice to actually come to the point. And I do know that most people get their confidence when they entering the working state of life where they meet different people and sharing benefits. And during that time, you will be able to develop confident level. And as you can see, why people who are old, they are able to speak in front of a lot of people. It's just the practice that they have, experience that they have. And that's it all for me.
Yep, I don't have any question to ask anymore.
Okay. So this has come to the end of our session together, and I do hope that you today you can learn something out of this confidence session. And yes, I do know that it's very difficult to actually focus on one thing in a very short time, but I do hope that you will learn something from it. Thank you for your paying attention. Thank you, Lina.